NBA playoffs yesterday, Mavs and Suns, Game 7. Everyone expecting a great game, and it was anything but. First possession, Luka Doncic working alone. He knocks down a fadeaway jumper. Shot clock expires 2-0. Luka stays hot, hitting 3 straight threes. Got Dallas' first 8 points. They led 15-5. Mavs stay hot. Spencer Dinwiddie, back-to-back threes. Dallas up big, 21-10. Sun tried to keep pace late in the quarter, though. Cameron Johnson comes up with a rebound and the putback with 4 seconds left in the frame. Phoenix only trails 27-17, but the Mavs pull away in the second quarter. Doncic strikes again with another fadeaway. He had 27 points in the first half alone, including a three-pointer off that crossover. Well, that's an ankle breaker. Ouch. 27 points at halftime, all Phoenix could muster. They never got close. Dallas cruises 123-90. So it's going to be Dallas and Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. Game 1 coming up Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Over in the East, Game 7, Bucks Celtics, first quarter. The defending champs take control behind the play of Giannis Antetokounmpo. He got the floater in the lane to fall. 10 points in the first quarter. Then in the second, Giannis keeps going, transition, banks it in. 17 points for Giannis in the first half. The Bucks led 37-32, but the Celtics counter it late in the half. Jason Tatum goes Euro step for the lay-in. Boston ties it up at 40. Check out that step. Then Celtics pushing the pace. Marcus Smart ahead to Jaylen Brown. Misses, but Smart is there for the follow slam. Boston leads 48-43 at the break. Third quarter, Boston outscored Milwaukee 31-21. The Celtics take 22 three-pointers. The Bucks only hit 4. Boston knocks off the defending champs. They win Game 7, 109-81. So that means it's going to be Boston and Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals. That starts tomorrow night at 7:30. Missions baseball infielder Connor Hollis was named the Texas League Player of the Week after he batted over 506 games against the Corpus Christi Cooks. He brought in 8 runs, scored 10 times. This past week, the Missions faced the Arkansas Travelers on Thursday. Catcher Juan Fernandez gave the Missions their first walk-off victory of the season. He had a 2-run single to secure the 6-5 win. Then on Thursday, the Flying Chunklas won in the 10th inning thanks to a wild pitch. And yesterday in the series final, the Missions had a combined 9-inning no-hitter. Combined 9-inning no-hitter. That's pretty good. Nobody in Arkansas could touch him. That's the first time that's happened since 2017. They shut out the Arkansas Travelers 4-0. Lake Bacher, Moises Lugo, Carlos Bellin, and Kevin Kopps were the pitchers. They combined for 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, no runs, and they get the win. So congratulations to those 4 guys, holding Arkansas down to nothing.
Awesome.
Got nothing out of that. All right, coming up next, Missions welcome the Midland Rockhounds to town. That series runs Tuesday through Sunday at Wolf Stadium, so they get the day off today to rest those arms after those no-hitters, you know.
Yeah, after doing good. They deserve a day of rest.
Yeah, you got to put a little ice on that wing.
Yeah, and good luck tomorrow then.
Yep.
Time now, 4:43 and 72 degrees for now.
Coming up next, steps that are now being taken to help curb the shortage of baby formula across the country.
Welcome back. It's 4:46. The baby formula shortage is expected to continue for several months, and now Congress is vowing to do something about it. ABC's Ariel Rochef has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, as the formula shortage strains families nationwide, lawmakers in Washington vowing to take action to help resolve it.
We must do something as quickly as possible, but as safely as possible, and use caution for these babies. But we have to move quickly to do that.
Mom Amy Dolan, who lives in New Jersey, says she has faced a crisis finding the formula her baby Connor needs because of his milk protein allergy.
Out of our 16 cans of formula that we had, 14 of them were recalled. And so we kind of panicked. We've been actively looking all the time. Every night we lay in bed and we're checking what websites we can find and how much it's going to cost.
So what exactly is being done to restore supply and get formula back on shelves? Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll talk live to the FDA commissioner. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Let's look outside with TransGuide right now. Looking there again at Loop 410 at Crossroads. We see flashing lights earlier. Things were moving. We'll be checking in with Stephen Cavazos very soon.
I specifically remember a discussion back, I don't know, in February when we were talking about how cold it was, and then we were bringing up the fact that, stick around, it's going to get warm.
And we will be complaining then about the heat when it gets hot. Yeah, we are in the middle of a May heat wave, but hey, something cool happened last night. Look at that.
It's like an orange ball.
It's the moon.
Ooh.
Yeah, and in fact, total lunar eclipse last night from about 10:30 to about midnight. And we got some really good pictures sent in through our KSAT Connect app on our weather app. Odds are if you're watching the show right now at 4:48, you did not get to see that lunar eclipse, but here's a couple of pictures for you. Beautiful. Thank you to everyone who sent in those KSAT Connect pictures of the total lunar eclipse. Really cool to see the stars behind that moon too. Really neat. All right, it's 74 degrees outside right now, mostly clear skies. If you're heading out and about this morning, it's mild, muggy, and humid. You know the drill. That's the way it's been for the last several mornings. We've got south winds at about 10 miles per hour. Elsewhere, we've got 69 in Uvalde, 73 in Hondo, 70 in Kerrville, 72 in New Braunfels, 72 in Pleasanton, and it's 73 out in Kennedy. Looking at the futurecast, there's not really too much to see here. We might have a few morning clouds through areas east of 281 early this morning in the midday hours, but we're going to have total sunshine again in the afternoon. Perhaps a few passing wispy cirrus clouds, but there's going to be enough sun to really heat us up. This is a look at the forecast highs for the day today. It'll be 99 in San Antonio. It'll be 99 in Rio Medina, 100 in Castroville, 96 in Bulverde, 98 in New Braunfels, 97 in Seguin, 98 in Comfort, 100 in Bandera, and out further to the west, 102 in Uvalde. Now, one thing we have working in our favor is that it's not going to be too humid during the peak heat of the day. So it's humid out there right now. It's a bad hair day out there right now. But as we head into the afternoon, those dew points are going to come down into the 50s, and that is fairly pleasant on our humidity scale. So again, it's not going to be obscenely humid during the peak heating hours of the day. We won't have much of a heat index value. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. A few clouds with us after sunrise. We'll be at 74 at 8 a.m. And then looking ahead into the mid-morning hours when you're dropping the kids off, perhaps going for your Starbucks run, your coffee run, temperatures are going to be in the 70s. We'll have south winds today at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Right around lunch, it'll be in the upper 80s. So it's going to start to get warm right around lunch. And then in the afternoon, that's when we're going to see the real deal heat, but no heat index value, so that's some good news there. 99 for the high temperature today. That will beat the record set back in 2013 of 97. So another day where we're going to have some record challenging, if not record breaking heat. A complex of storms that originated up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area is falling apart over East Texas right now. That's what's going to send us some of these early morning clouds, but really high pressure system going to be dominating our forecast, not only today, but for a good portion of the week. High means dry, and this time of year, high means hot. And so take a look at the afternoon forecast highs over the coming days. We're going to be in the upper 90s, and every single day here, with the exception of Thursday probably, we're going to be challenging records. And so it's going to be hot through Friday. Do we have any relief in the forecast? Well, yeah, we actually do. It will be windy with winds gusts up to about 30 miles per hour and hot, but look at the weekend. The weekend poses a potential for a front moving through early Sunday morning. That would drop highs back down into the 80s, which is seasonably average this time of year. And it could bring a couple of spotty showers and storms as well. So that part of the forecast over the weekend is a bit fuzzy when it comes to rain. But the good news is that there is at least some relief, at least temporarily, in sight in the coming days. This week, though, going to be hot, windy, and in the mornings, pretty muggy. David and Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah.
Coming up next, to look at the top movies at the box office this weekend, plus details on an animated version of Married with Children.
And let's look at your winning lotto numbers. We have pick 3711, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 3328, Fireball 8.
And your cash 5 is 2, 15, 16, 20, 30, and Lotto Texas is 14, 16, 18, 32, 49, 53. Powerball 6, 40, 41, 45, 52. Powerball's 9, and Power Play is 3. Good luck. Doctor Strange stayed at the top of the box office, and Hollywood remembers Fred Ward.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Christopher Watson.
I did what I had to do.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness held the box office top spot for a second straight weekend, earning a further $61 million domestically. Even so, that's a 67% drop compared to its $187 million debut. Nobody's crying, though. It's made more than $688 million globally so far.
I hate living like this.
Firestarter, based on the Stephen King novel, flamed out, just $3.8 million in its debut. He played Mercury 7 astronaut Gus Grissom in The Right Stuff, one of many memorable roles in films including Tremors, Miami Blues, Shortcuts, and more. Fred Ward passed away earlier this month, according to his publicist. He was 79.
Love and marriage.
There's an animated version of Married with Children in the works, starring the voices of the classic sitcom's original cast. No word yet, though, on when and where we'll see it. And Janet Jackson's 56 Monday. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
It's 4:56 and 72 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, the latest on the Buffalo supermarket shooting. We are learning more about those who were killed and how mental health is involved.
Plus, how a mobile phone carrier is using a unique method to help users lower their cell phone bill.
And a quick look at the roads with TransSky, looking there at I-37 where things are moving, and at Crossroads where we still see those flashing lights. Stephen Cavazos will be joining us after the break.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Shots ring out, 2 people hurt in a shooting on the west side overnight. Details on the way.
I'm ABC's M. Wynn in Washington. We're learning more details about the mass shooting in Buffalo, New York from this weekend, where authorities say a gunman went on a racist killing spree, and the president is expected to visit tomorrow. Coming up.
And taking a look outside with live cam, we're at a humid 72 degrees and 72 for now. It's actually kind of a walk in the park for what we'll expect later today.
And good morning. It is Monday. It is May 16th, and we're looking forward to the forecast because there was something good in it today.
Yeah, something
It may take a while to get there, but there was something good in it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check in with Sarah about the good news.
Could you perhaps be talking about the lower humidity in the afternoon, David?
That's one of the things I was talking about. But
It's going to be hot, though, today. No doubt it's going to be hot, but at least during the peak heat of the day, we won't have much of a heat index value. Hey, I want to show you a look around the city real quick. Outside right now, a few clouds out there. It's 73 in San Antonio, 75 at Stinson, 70 at Kelly, 73 in the Converse area at JBSA Randolph. Winds are not too strong from the southeast at about 5 miles per hour. All right. Okay, it's officially iced coffee season, okay, because it's going to be hot today. So here's your iced coffee forecast. Near 100 degrees this afternoon, record-breaking heat. You're going to need the extra large, the venti, the Trenta, whatever. It's going to be very hot today. Here's a look at the high temperatures across the KSAT 12 viewing area this afternoon. 105 out west toward Del Rio and Laredo, 99 in San Antonio, 98 in New Braunfels, 99 in Kerrville, 97 in Gonzales, 101 in Pleasanton. So what are we going to be seeing? What do you need to know this week? Obviously today, hot, afternoon temperatures near 100 degrees. Coming up, I'm going to show you a neighborhood view of how hot it's going to be. And then to this week, we're really going to have record challenging heat just about every single day. It is going to be windy with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Not necessarily today, but for the remainder of this week. And this might also be some good news that David was talking about. Some heat relief is possible this weekend. So I'll have a look at all of this and more coming up in the full forecast. But for now, let's go ahead and check road conditions with your traffic authority, Stephen Cavazos. Stephen, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Sarah. I did shake an espresso this morning with a little bit of ice, so we were on.
Wow,
I think we're on trend here.
Same.
All right, let's keep it going. Let's get a look at the roadways right now. Things look pretty calm as we get a look around TransGuide. There is 410 at Crossroads. We see some flashing lights out there. Not seeing any slowdowns just yet. We know that there's some road work that took place over the weekend that's carried on into this Monday morning. But right now, your commute looks pretty smooth. Let's take a look. 281 south at 410. The drive around town not looking bad right now. You're basically going to have the roads to yourself, but just always stay alert. Let's get a wide look at the metro area at this hour. Now, not spotting any slowdowns just yet, but we do see an icon just popped up there off of our map that could indicate a situation involving a vehicle, or it could just be a little bit of a slowdown, but nothing major just yet. So if your destination is the Alamo City, there's not really going to be any need to rush at this hour because the journey from Bernie right now is a 26-minute drive time on I-10 eastbound. Now, if you are coming in from Bulverde, there's no need to hurry. 281 southbound, 27 minutes at this hour, and a 25-minute drive time on 35 traveling in from New Braunfels. So things look normal there. Let's get one last look around town. Again, I-35 at Alamo. Things are looking fine just right now, but we'll take a look a little bit later on and see how your morning commute shapes up. David?
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, San Antonio police say a fight led to a double shooting on the city's west side last night. It happened just before 10 p.m. in the 4,000 block of Sherrill Brook Road, that's just south of Bandera Road. SAPD says the fight started in the parking lot of an apartment complex, and during the fight, a man ran up and started firing shots in the air. Police say that man also shot two other men. SAPD says one was grazed in the head, the other was hit in the shoulder and torso. Officers say the suspect initially ran away but could have later escaped into a blue car that drove away from the scene. The gunshot victims were taken to the hospital in stable condition.
2 people are now in custody after police say they robbed 14 storage units earlier this month. One of them was an employee there. So this happened after a 2-week investigation. The units were at Sureguard Public Storage on FM 78. Deputies were able to identify 46-year-old Robert Ovias' vehicle and pull him over. Ovia reported that he admitted to those burglaries. Upon further investigation, storage employee 43-year-old Virginia Burgess was arrested for helping facilitate the crime by handing over a set of keys.
A boil water notice in effect for the town of Lacoste. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality says all Lacoste public water customers need to boil their water prior to consumption. And this is due to reduced distribution system pressure and water outage. The notice includes water used for washing your hands and face, brushing your teeth, drinking, cooking, and even being frozen for ice. The water should be brought to a vigorous boil at the boiled for 2 minutes. It is to remain in effect till the Lacoste public water system says otherwise.
And a reminder that polls open later this morning. If you didn't get a chance to vote in the March primary election, today is your chance. This runoff election will decide races that did not have a majority winner during the March 1st primary. If you have questions about how, when, and where to vote, we have those answers. Just head over to KSAT.com for all things voting.
Now to the latest on that weekend's mass shooting at a Buffalo supermarket.
The 18-year-old gunman charged with first-degree murder after authorities say he went on a racist killing spree. ABC's M. Wynn has the latest from Washington.
As tragedy grips another American community,
it's heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. It's broken.
Residents of Buffalo are taking emotional inventory of the grief and anguish they now bear. Michael Ray lives near the Tops grocery store where those 10 lives were taken in cold blood.
How is a kid going to get past this if they were in that Tops? How are people in this community going to be able to go back to that Tops? This is the first thing they're going to think of now.
Those killed weren't just victims, but friends, family, loved ones, and neighbors.
Right around the corner was one of the church we used to go to. And we know so many of the pastors in this community, and it just hurts why somebody would do that.
But from the despair, so too comes hope.
You want to bless us in spite of this situation.
With community leaders rallying together to provide support to anyone who may need it. Local organizations like the Buffalo Community Fridge and Buffalo Creek Academy are delivering food to people in the area who can't find rides to another grocery store. Uber and Lyft are giving free rides to other supermarkets, and Tops will shuttle customers to another location because alternative shopping options in the area are sparse.
Many of them don't have a means of transportation. They usually walk or take the bus. We know that right now that's a difficulty, that's an impossibility for many of them, so we're going to bridge that gap.
And mental health services and counseling are being offered, with some businesses pledging to help with funeral expenses. Even the Buffalo Bills are donating proceeds from a charity softball game to make an impact.
It feels like a big family that we all can pull together to get through a tragedy that just happened, and that we still neighborly.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And as we learn more about the suspected Buffalo shooter, a local mental health professional says this points to the need for a mental health movement across the country. For years, Dr. Keely Petty has worked in San Antonio teaching about mental health, especially for young people like the Buffalo shooter in schools and in churches. Petty says, in her opinion, how we come out of this tragedy is key for our society.
When we wrap our arms around mental health, we're wrapping our arms around humanity. And we're saying it doesn't matter from which walk of life you come from.
Now, Petty says the organizations she works with are actively trying to do just that in our own community, so acts of violence like we saw in New York might be prevented.
It is now 5:07 and 72 degrees.
Still ahead, we'll tell you more about Netflix plans to provide more live streaming for stand-up specials.
And also coming up, a closer look at how San Antonio firefighters are having to change the way they respond to fires thanks to early summer heat.
And taking a look outside with live cam, nice and humid out there, although later today, looking forward to that humidity not being as bad. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. 11 minutes after 5 o'clock. No matter the conditions, including the heat, first responders still have a job to do.
The only thing that changes is how they respond. And according to Joe Arrington with the San Antonio Fire Department, on hot days, the number of crews responding to any fire is increased. It is part of a strategy to rotate firefighters faster and rehab them longer.
Whether those are medical runs, whether we're having to do hydrant inspections, whatever it is, you're out and you're in the elements, you're in the heat and the humidity, and then a fire comes in and you've never really gotten that chance to completely cool off. And when it's hot and humid like this, it obviously takes a greater toll on the body. So we want to get those crews rotated out faster.
And Joe Arrington tells us on average they rotate every 30 minutes, and on hot days that's knocked down to about 15 minutes. Arrington says if extra help is ever needed, they have mutual aid agreements with neighboring departments.
They may be doing that 15-minute rotation these days because it is record-breaking hot.
Super hot out there. Be careful, guys.
5:12, 72 degrees.
And still ahead, a first look at Peloton's new connected rowing machine.
Plus, a creative way to boost mobile is letting users lower their phone bills. Oh.
Got a lot of things to do in this world. Got a lot of things to do in this world. Got a lot of things to do in this world. Got a lot of things to do in this world. I lost myself now. Got a lot of things to do in this world. I lost myself.
When you're chugging through life, sometimes you just want to stop. So stop. Even if it's not a good time, there's never a good time. Let's do it anyway. Stop all the chugging in your world and start sipping with the people in it. Lipton. Stop chugging. Start sipping.
For asthma, there's Primatene Mist. When symptoms strike, your airways narrow and there's less breathing room. Primatene Mist is clinically shown to open airways quickly. Get the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler and breathe easy again.
Right now, we're all feeling a little strapped. But weekends are still all about grilling. And Walmart always keeps prices low on our fresh ingredients, so you can save money and live better.
Netflix reportedly exploring live streaming comedy specials and other live programming. ABC's Andrea Fujihi has the details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, live streaming on Netflix. The streaming service is reportedly looking at offering live feeds of stand-up specials and other content. Rival Disney Plus offered a live stream of the Academy Awards in February. Peloton is offering a glimpse of its first rowing machine. A sneak peek video teases a minimalist rower that promises a mix of cardio and strength training, but there are no details on the price or release date. It comes as the company struggles to boost dropping revenue. Boost Mobile is now letting users pay with their phone bills with Boost Coins. The coins are earned by watching ads and playing games on the mobile provider's app, but you'll have to spend a lot of time on the app in order to see big savings. One Boost coin equals just 1 cent. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
And there's a stall, y'all. Been wanting to say that for a long time. Let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos.
Steph, I appreciate that rhyme. You know, I'm all about it here. But let's get a closer look at TransGuide, find out how that stall is impacting traffic at this hour. It doesn't look like it's causing a lot of issues. We are seeing that that's off in the shoulder lanes. Now you can see that there's just a few vehicles getting by there, not a whole lot of traffic. But just remember, anytime you see those emergency lights, flashing lights, move over or slow down. Let's get a wide look at the map right now, show you how your morning commute is shaping up for this Monday morning, 517. Let's go ahead and bring it in here because it does look like we have a few things that are popping up here. But the first big thing that we've noticed is this crash here near Crossroads, Loop 410 eastbound, right there at I-10. Now, again, not causing any issues on the roadways just yet, but we're going to have to keep a close eye on that. We'll talk to our friends at TransGuide and check those conditions as the morning does move on. Let's go ahead and talk about some construction as the morning does continue a little bit later today, or overnight, Loop 410. Now, this is happening on the west side of San Antonio. There is some column work that is taking place. Drivers, keep in mind that did start yesterday, but should be wrapping up on Sunday, May 22nd. So we got a little more ways to go. Keep in mind, this is overnight, 8 in the evening to 5 in the morning. That's when you can expect those alternating full closures in both directions right there at the Culebra Road intersection. And it's about that time. Grab those camera phones, open up your camera app, scan this QR code. Of course, that will take you directly to the KSAT traffic page, and that will have the latest on those closures that are in your area, and of course, anything else that could be impacting your drive time. Guys?
And if you're working outside today, make sure you got plenty of water, some light clothes, and a hat, and get ready for a little warmth.
That's what I was doing there. Stay cool. Stay cool.
I like it.
Because it is going to be another day where we are going to likely break a record high for the day today, y'all. So again, cold. Just kidding. Hot. Okay. I want to start with a look at the live radar here. You can see that there's actually some flashes of lightning out near Bastrop, just to the southeast of Austin. And although areas like Gonzales County, Lavaca County could see a brief rain shower, this is all going to stay to the east of San Antonio. Instead, what it is doing is it's bringing a few clouds early this morning, but by the afternoon, we're going to have totally sunny skies. Here's a look at the satellite and the radar. You can see those clouds starting to move in from the east. It's 74 in New Braunfels, 71 in Pleasanton, muggy in Del Rio, and 76, 71 in Kerrville, 74 in Cotulla. Let's take a metro view here closer. Zoom in on the satellite image. It's 74 in Canyon Lake, 72 in Castroville, 75 at Stinson, 69 in Hondo, 70 in Bernie. So if you're heading out this morning, maybe drop off kids for school and just know that it's going to be muggy and mild. We're really not going to see the heat until about 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And this is how hot it's going to be this afternoon. Temperatures are going to top off some 12 degrees above the average. The average high temperature this time of year is 87. We're forecasting 99 in San Antonio this afternoon. Few places will touch 100, like Castroville, Port SA, Poteet, Pleasanton, Sabinal, 102, 102 in Uvalde, 96 in Bernie, 97 in Canyon Lake, 98 in New Braunfels, and 97 in Seguin. Our one saving grace this afternoon, as we've seen with the last few days, is that it will not be humid during the peak heat of the day. Outside right now, yes, humid. Dew points are close to 70 degrees. It feels very humid outside. But watch what happens to dew points as we head into the afternoon. By about 1 p.m., we'll be seeing those dew points really start to fall. Dew points could even potentially drop into the 40s this afternoon. And so if you find some shade, it's not going to be all that bad outside. It's going to be hot, but it's not going to be all that bad. We won't have much of a heat index value this afternoon because of the drier conditions in the afternoon. Although out there right now, it is muggy and mild. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast, hanging out in the 70s this morning. South winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. By about noon, that's when it's going to start to get toasty. It's going to be in the upper 80s at noon, 91 at 1 p.m. And then in the afternoon, that's the peak heat of the day, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., picking up kids heading home from work. Know that it's going to be hot. Yesterday, I cranked up my AC in my car on the top, like level 4, and it really didn't get cool until like 15 minutes later. So make sure to use those sunshades today if you're parking outside, because it's going to be hot this afternoon. Satellite and radar, as I mentioned, there's that complex of showers and storms that's falling apart as it's moving south, sending us a few clouds, but a ridge of high pressure firmly in place across West Texas, sending all of the rain up and over San Antonio and West Texas. Now, high pressure system also creates some sinking air, and we're going to have sinking air for most of the week. So it's going to be hot for most of the week, but look to the north. Cooler air starts to filter in from Canada across the Rockies. And although it's not going to get cool in San Antonio, we are going to see some relief by Sunday of this upcoming weekend. Temperatures will fall from the upper 90s to the upper 80s. So that is going to be some relief. It may come with 1 or 2 showers or thunderstorms. Right now, the chance for rain over the weekend is only 20%. When in drought, you know, we need rain. So we'll take any little bit we can get, but we'll need to refine that forecast a little bit better this weekend. But temperatures do drop down into the upper 80s. Other than that, it is going to be hot for the next 5 to 6 days. Windy too, not necessarily today, but through the remainder of the week, we're going to see wind gusts of up to about 30 miles per hour this week. So it's going to get windy. Hey, big event happened last night, total lunar eclipse. I've got some pictures from you, our viewers, coming up in the next half hour of GMSA. David, Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah. We look forward to it. Time now, 5:23 and 73 degrees for now.
Coming up next in your morning spotlight, Ukraine wins a Eurovision contest, plus Lisa Marie Presley praises an upcoming Elvis movie.
And let's look at your winning lotto numbers. We have pick 3, 711, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 3328, Fireball 8.
And Cash 5 is 2, 15, 16, 20, 30. Lotto Texas is 14, 16, 18, 32, 49, 53. And Powerball 6, 40, 41, 45, 52. Powerball's 9, Power Plays 3. Good luck. Welcome back. It is 5:26. Lisa Marie Presley gives her approval of a new upcoming Elvis film, and a Ukraine group wins a big music award.
Here's CNN's Douglas Hyde with the Hollywood Minute.
Ukraine's folk rap group Kalish Orchestra has won this year's Eurovision Song Contest. Ukraine beat out 39 other countries to take the top prize. Eurovision is the first cultural event Ukrainians have taken part in since Russia invaded their country back in February. Speaking of music contests, Gwen Stefani is returning to The Voice after a 2-year absence. She'll be back next season coaching contestants with husband Blake Shelton and John Legend. No word yet on whether Kelly Clarkson will also be returning. Director Baz Luhrmann's new Elvis biopic is getting the seal of approval from the King's own daughter. Lisa Marie Presley calls the film spectacular and says she's already seen it twice. Presley also says leading man Austin Butler's performance as her father is Oscar-worthy. Tom Hanks co-stars as Elvis's manager Colonel Tom Parker in the movie, which debuts next month. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
That one looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
Meaning with Tom Hanks in it, it's got to be pretty good anyway, right?
It's a good job out there.
5:27, 73 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, 44 people are dead or injured after 4 mass shootings in the U.S. over the weekend. Details on the new calls for change involving gun laws and for social media.
Plus how Congress is stepping in to help ease problems caused by the baby formula shortage.
And we are hearing from a local leader who is giving a deeper analysis on how inflation has affected our local economy and our businesses.
Making headlines this morning, new calls for change when it comes to gun laws and social media following mass shootings over the weekend.
And taking a look outside with a live cam, a calm 73 degrees for now. Those temperatures are expected to rise.
Good morning. It is 5:31. It's 73 degrees. You say calm, and I know Sarah's been talking about like it's going to get like windy later on in the week, like
later.
Like windy.
Yeah,
real windy.
Now today it won't be windy, but tomorrow we'll see wind gusts of 30 miles per hour.
Whoa.
We'll see wind gusts of 30 miles per hour through most of the week. So
we're just going to blow the heat around.
Yeah, it'll feel like a hairdryer outside. I think a little bit more than a comforting breeze, but right now it's the coolest part of the day. So it's still muggy though. It's 74 degrees. We're seeing some clouds filter in from the east. So we're going to start off with a few clouds early this morning. You'll notice them when the sun rises. East winds at about 10 miles per hour. hour. Now take a look at temperatures elsewhere. We've got 65 in Rio Medina, 70 in Bernie, 73 in Seguin, 74 in New Braunfels, 72 in Converse, 70 in Devine. But today is going to be very hot. Here's your bus stop forecast. Dropping off the kids, mild and muggy, right? It shouldn't be too bad during drop off, but at pickup, it's going to be 99 degrees. So it's going to be close to 100, sunny, hot. You're going to need that AC cranking in that car. South-southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And elsewhere, we'll be looking at high temperatures as hot as 105 in Del Rio, 104 in Carrizo Springs, 98 in New Braunfels, 97 in Gonzales, 99 in Kerrville, 101 in Hondo. Coming up, I'm going to show you neighborhood view of the high temperatures forecast for the day today and some pictures from last night's total lunar eclipse. So stick around for that. For now, let's check on the roads with Traffic Authority Stephen Cavazos. Stephen.
Good morning, Miss Spivey. Things are so calm so far. We're not really seeing anything that's kind of giving us a little bit of concern, but let's get that wide look at TransGuide. Take that drive around town this Monday morning. 281 at San Pedro. Things look just fine for that early morning drive. So if you have to head out the door in the next few moments, you're basically going to just encounter a lot of pavement. So just be careful out there. Thankfully, nothing too concerning just yet, but we have spotted a crash right there a little bit closer to Crossroads as we bring you into the map. Loop 410 right there in those eastbound lanes near I-10. So we haven't seen anything on the TransGuide cameras just yet, but just stay alert and make sure anytime you see those flashing lights, just move over and slow down. Let's take a look at those travel times if your destination is the Alamo City, because things are looking pretty green from Seguin in those westbound lanes of I-10. Right now, we are looking about a 29-minute drive time, 21 minutes if you're heading in from 87 northbound coming in from Lavernia, and a 28-minute drive time heading in from 37 right there from Floresville. So no delays just yet, but we know that can quickly change as the morning does roll on. But thankfully, looks like we're in the clear. We're going to have more construction spots to be on the lookout for. That'll be coming up a little bit later on in this newscast. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, bad blood between neighbors may be the reason for an overnight shooting. San Antonio police are still looking for one man, the shooter. The other is in the hospital with gunshot wounds. That shooting happened at an apartment complex on Rigsby Avenue, not far from South W.W. White. Katrina Weber has a live report from Public Safety Headquarters. And Katrina, it sounds like police know who they are looking for already.
Yeah, it definitely seems that they do. Now, they told us that they believe these two men had ongoing problems, and overnight they erupted with a knock and a bang. The police say the victim, who was in his 30s, was shot in both arms and his chest. They say witnesses told them he heard a knock on his door around 3 this morning, and when he opened it, someone shot him immediately. Officers at the scene in the 2900 block of Rigsby said the shooter is a neighbor, someone with whom the victim had been at odds, and he already was gone when police arrived. They spread out and searched the area near the Oak Meadow Villa apartments, but did not find that suspect. The victim was in critical condition when he was taken to a hospital by ambulance, but police say that he is stable now. Well, they mentioned that there were other people in the apartment with the victim at the time of the shooting, and they say that did include some children. No one else was hurt. Reporting live near Public Safety Headquarters, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. More than a dozen people are dead after mass shootings in 4 U.S. cities over the weekend.
As CNN's Amy Kiley reports, this time the calls for change include something different.
3 down inside so far, 2 outside radio.
You got more in here.
44 people are dead or injured after shootings in these cities over the weekend. These women were killed Saturday at a supermarket in Buffalo, New York.
A shooter with body armor who didn't live in this community, who traveled from 3 hours away with the express purpose to kill people.
Near Los Angeles, the victims were at a church on Sunday.
We believe a group of churchgoers detained him and hogtied his legs with an extension cord and confiscated at least 2 weapons from him.
In Milwaukee, 21 people were shot Friday night in one mass shooting and 2 other shootings near an NBA playoffs game. Along with grief come calls for change. Some want stricter gun laws.
Other states do not have the same laws that we have, and people are just crossing those borders.
Others are focusing on something different, social media. Investigators are examining an online manifesto attributed to the supermarket shooting suspect filled with racist tirades.
When will the Justice Department aggressively pursue these domestic terrorist cells that are
populating on social media platforms.
Some people just want a change of heart.
We have to talk about something else in our society: love, forgiveness, healing. We think we're fine. We are not. We are a sick nation in need of great help.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Overseas in China, authorities say most of Shanghai has stopped the spread of the coronavirus in the community, and fewer than 1 million people remain under strict lockdown. China's largest city is moving toward reopening as economic data show the impact of China's zero COVID policy. Supermarkets, malls, restaurants allowed to reopen today with limits on the number of people and mandated no contact transactions. However, restrictions on movement remain in place. The subway train system remains closed for now.
Meanwhile, new images of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un are being released as the country faces a COVID-19 outbreak. State media aired these images of the leader visiting local pharmacies and presiding over an emergency meeting on Sunday where he discussed epidemic prevention measures. He also gave orders to mobilize the military to help stabilize the country's COVID-19 medicine supply. North Korea faces a national emergency as the number of COVID-19 cases continue to rise.
Nashville's Ryman Auditorium hosted a celebration of life for country music legend Naomi Judd Sunday. Hundreds of fans turned out to pay their respects and listen to the televised concert paying tribute to her career. Ashley McBryde, Brandi Carlile, Emmylou Harris, and Little Big Town were among the featured performers. Judd's husband, Larry Strickland, and her famous daughters, Wynonna and Ashley Judd, also on hand. Naomi Judd was 76 years old when she died on April 30th. She died the day before the Judds were to be inducted in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Time now, 5:38 and 73 degrees for now.
Still coming up, what local leaders are saying about the recent spike in costs for goods and what it means for the economy and local businesses.
Plus, how lawmakers in Congress are stepping in to help ease the baby formula shortage.
And outside with live cam, hot and humid this morning. Going to be a little drier this afternoon, but that means it's going to be a little warmer this afternoon. Sarah Spivey coming up with your forecast. And oh, by the way, she's going to show you at some point this morning the end of the week. And wait till you see these numbers. Ooh, can't be. Welcome back and good morning. It is 5:41. If you have been to the grocery store, the gas station, just about anywhere, you've noticed life is more expensive these days. Inflation hitting families everywhere. So what does this mean for our local economy and local businesses?
Well, Richard Perez, president and CEO of the San Antonio Chamber of Commerce, joined us on Leading SA this weekend to talk about this.
Yes, Richard Perez joined us. We talked about a lot. We talked about what inflation has meant for our local families, our local businesses, not just small businesses, but big businesses as well. We talked about the big impact on our local economy. Here's a small part of our conversation.
On the heels of the pandemic, businesses are still trying to bulk up and kind of get where they used to be. So inflation is just another whammy on them. The cost of materials, the inventory, labor has been such a challenge with people still figuring out whether they're going to come back to work or changing jobs entirely, which has caused costs to rise. So it has put a real strain on small businesses. They've had to modify their hours of operation, and they've really had to rethink how to maximize their ability to serve their customers. So it is it's an odd time for businesses as well as consumers.
We also talked about the timetable. When will we see prices start to go down? Now you can check out the full conversation right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. We have Leading SA every Sunday at 8 a.m. So guys, we'll see you next Sunday.
Thanks, Max. Time now, 5:43, 73 degrees for now.
Coming up next, a preview of what you can expect now that people around the country are getting ready for their summer vacations. Now to the nationwide baby formula shortage as more shelves run empty.
Congress is now working on an emergency funding bill to allow the U.S. to purchase formula from FDA-approved facilities overseas. Since the beginning of May, 8 states and Washington, D.C. are at least 50% out of stock of formula. Now, some are driving miles away from their homes, still unable to find that formula.
Every time I make her a bottle, it's like, I'm getting close to the bottom of this can. How many cans do I have left? How long do I have before we really run out?
In the U.S., about 70% of babies are fed formula. The CDC says less than 60% of infants were breastfeeding at 6 months old. And people around the country getting ready for the summer travel season, ready to leave the pandemic behind and take to the roads and to the skies. They'll be sure to find plenty of company, though. For Memorial Day weekend, United Airlines is expecting 2.6 million customers. That's up 50% from last year. Delta is expecting 2.5 million, up 25% from last year. TSA anticipating passenger volumes that will match or exceed pre-pandemic crowds.
People are more confident because they received their COVID vaccination. They believe the risk of contracting the virus is pretty much the same wherever they go.
With inflation already hitting Americans hard, there's a tough reality. Travel will not be cheap either. The average domestic airfare this summer is just under $400. That's up 34% from 2019.
We are getting a closer look into American shopping this week. Several major retailers, including Walmart, Target, and Home Depot, will all report quarterly earnings. Investors are looking for more clues about how inflation is affecting consumers and businesses. Wall Street ended last week with a rally, but it wasn't enough to stave off a 6th straight weekly loss.
And sending a letter through the mail will be getting more expensive soon. The Postal Service is now expected to raise the price of a forever stamp from 58 cents to 60 cents in July. And the Postmaster General warns more hikes are likely on the way.
So far, it has been a relatively calm Monday morning on the roadways. Stephen Cavazos has the update. Is it still calm?
You know what, David? It doesn't feel like a Monday today. It feels like a pretty quiet start. You know, it's almost like a holiday on the roads. Drivers are going to have a big treat right now. Let's go ahead and get a look right now and see how that morning commute is shaping up. You can see 35 there at 410. Just some light traffic. That's all we've really been spotting. Now, that's from these TransGuide cameras. Keep that in mind. There are about 200 of these cameras around our viewing areas. So we can only get a look at some of the roadways, but let's talk about what we're seeing on our map. Now, we do see a lot of green, thankfully, on the screen, but as we bring it in here, we are seeing a crash off of 35 northbound there at Schertz Parkway. Now, again, haven't seen that on the TransGuide cameras just yet, but we're going to have to watch that area closely. KSAT is reporting that as of 5:30 this morning. So area will watch as the morning does roll on. Let's take a drive over here because we do have a stall at Loop 410 southbound there at 37. You can see not really causing any issues with the traffic in that area, but always be on the lookout. And as a friendly reminder, check those vehicles before you get out on the roadways. Let's also talk about what's happening here up Loop 410 on the east side of San Antonio. There is some overpass work that's actually current, but should be wrapping up this morning. Now, keep in mind, this is current, but wrapped today. We are seeing that northbound there at 410 exit to I-10 westbound I-10 eastbound is going to be closed. That was overnight from 8 in the evening to 5 in the morning. So give those crews plenty of time to wrap up there. Other than that, I think we should be good in the area. Everywhere else looking pretty fine as well. 37 at Jones Avenue. The morning is moving, guys.
Good news. And
Good news
Sarah,
there. Absolutely.
I love the way the moon matches your outfit.
Oh, yeah, because you know why? There was a lunar eclipse last night. A total lunar eclipse. All of us were sleeping, but we got some really great pictures in through our KSAT Connect feature on our weather app. Thank you to everyone who has sent in pictures. The Skywatcher, loyal KSAT viewer there that always sends in pictures. Thank you, Skywatcher. And I love that you can see the stars behind the moon too there. Really neat picture. Of course, that lunar eclipse, the totality occurred last night from about 10:30 to midnight. So yeah, I was asleep. So it's nice to see those pictures there. Okay, outside right now, we are seeing some early morning clouds here. It's 74 degrees, muggy as all get out, okay? Dew points are in the 70s, so we're humid out there, but the dew points are going to come down this afternoon, so it's not going to stay humid all day. East winds at about 10 miles per hour right now. Let's take a quick tour across the KSAT 12 viewing area. It's 72 in Kerrville, 74 in Cotulla, 73 in Laredo, 76 in Del Rio, 74 in New Braunfels, 74 in Kennedy, 71 in Pleasanton. Here's what the futurecast is going to look like today. We are going to have some clouds early this morning, but by about 10, we'll be looking at mostly sunny skies, and we'll see sunny to completely sunny skies this afternoon. And speaking of this afternoon, this is a look at the forecast high temperatures around San Antonio in the metro area. Oh my goodness. Our average high temperature this time of year is 87. We are going to be 12 degrees hotter than that in San Antonio. Forecasting a high temperature of 99 for the day today. That would beat the old record by 2 degrees. So it's going to be hot, and it's been hot over the last several days. 98 in New Braunfels this afternoon, 97 in Seguin, 98 in Comfort, 99 in Kerrville, 101 in Hondo, 101 in Pleasanton, 99 in Floresville. But again, as I mentioned, even though it's humid out there right now, those dew points are going to come down. Watch what happens to the humidity as we head into the afternoon. Dew points will fall from 70s into the 50s. So if you can find some shade, you won't have to deal with much of a heat index value. And it won't be terribly breezy today. Winds will be from the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. We are going to be seeing temperatures in the 70s for the early morning hours here. We'll be at 76 by 9 a.m. So for your morning commute, muggy outside, you won't have to crank up that AC too much in the car. But by noon, that's when it's going to start to get hot, 87 degrees at noon. And in the afternoon, 99 for the forecast high. We'll have southeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So again, not too breezy, but it is going to be hot. Let's take a look at the satellite radar across the state of Texas. Some showers and storms falling apart in East Texas. Still sending us some clouds, though, but a ridge of high pressure is firmly in place over West Texas, and that's what's going to keep us hot not only today, but even though that ridge moves off, we're not going to see too much of a difference in temperatures over the next few days. Look at the next few days. We are going to be close to records or breaking records every single day through Friday. We're going to have to wait until the weekend, though, to see any kind of relief from the heat. There will be a bit of a breeze this week. This is a look at wind gust forecast, about 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts this week. Not necessarily today, but from Tuesday onward. And as far as that relief goes from the heat, a front is going to attempt to move through Sunday morning, and that could drop our highs from the upper 90s into the more seasonable average of the upper 80s. A small chance for isolated thunderstorms, but we're going to need a lot more rain to get through the drought. I'll have that information coming up for you, how much rain we'll need to get out of drought in just a bit. David and Stephanie.
We look forward to it. Thank you, Sarah. Time now, 5:53 and 73 degrees for now.
As the summer movie season gets going, we'll see which movies won the top prize at the box office over the weekend.
Mrs. Wang, hello.
Everything Everywhere All at Once continues its run at 5th place with $3.3 million.
Where's Mommy?
She has no aim without sight if she's like the rest of us.
The remake of Stephen King's Firestarter failed to ignite the box office, bringing in $3.8 million on the low end of industry predictions. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 stayed in 3rd place on ticket sales of $4.6 million, and The Bad Guys made off with 2nd and $6.9 million. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness held on to number 1 for a second weekend with $61 million. Follow-up visits to the Doctor did see a less than magical 67% drop in ticket sales over its debut weekend. The Marvel Adventures box office totals are now at $292 million domestic and $688 million worldwide. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
We've got a lot more on the way in our next hour of GMSA, including a look at what training is like for the U.S. Air Force's largest career field. And on the east side of town, a man opens his door and is shot in the chest. We've got all the details coming up in the next hour. As we go to break, a look at TransGuide. We were doing so good this morning. Everything was rolling right along, and now it's got a little problem downtown. Stephen Cavazos has that for you coming up. And Sarah Spivey's got your weather. It's going to be a little warm today, so get ready. You're watching Good Morning San Antonio. We'll be right back.
This morning, an argument at a Northwest Side bar turns violent and sends one person to the hospital with a gunshot wound. More details ahead.
It's heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. It's broken.
The fallout continues this morning in New York State after an 18-year-old gunman walked into a grocery store over the weekend and started killing people. We'll tell you how that community is responding to that tragedy.
And taking a look outside with live cam starting off at 73 degrees, but we are expecting another day of record challenging heat.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning. It is Monday, May 16th. Wake up. Let's go. Get this week started.
Yes.
Right,
hope you had a wonderful
that.
weekend. I think everybody's up now. We'll go ahead and check in with Sarah, right?
It's all right, guys, because I'll bring the weekend energy to the weekday morning.
That's what we need.
That's right.
We need some energy to start off our Monday, and we need any little bit of positive news we can get when It is as hot as it is, guys.
And you do have positive news.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You know, it's going to be hot today.
Right.
But at least it's not going to be humid during the peak heat of the day. And there could be some relief in our future in the next 7 days. So something to talk about there. So let's start, though, with a look outside this Monday morning. We're seeing the first light of the day. We've got a little bit of clouds out there from some showers and storms that occurred across parts of East Texas earlier this morning. But outside right now, it is just muggy and mild. It's 73 at the airport. It's 76 at Stinson, 73 at Kelly. JBSA Randolph, we've got 71 degrees out in Converse this morning. Here's Fido's forecast. You up early? You're going to walk the dog? You'll be fine right now as temperatures are in the 70s. You got the green paw, but later this afternoon, it's going to be way too hot for your pup's paws. Temperatures are going to be up to about 99 degrees for the high. So going to be sizzling this afternoon, not only in San Antonio, but across the KSAT 12 viewing area. 98 in New Braunfels, 99 in Kerrville, 101 in Hondo, 105 in Del Rio, 97 in Gonzales. Coming up, a neighborhood view of this heat. I'll tell you what you can expect for the rest of the week and if we've got any relief in our forecast over the coming days. Back to you guys. Let's check in. Actually, hey, we don't do traffic over the weekend. So, Steven, I got you, though.
Hey, thanks, Sarah.
Happy Monday. I can see that there's a bit of a disturbance off in the background there.
Yeah, you're right. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. Almost does appear like that's construction. Unfortunately, we're not seeing any positive work out there. And we are looking at a rollover crash that was reported by the San Antonio Fire Department. Let's get that wide look at TransGuide and also better the camera shot so you can see what we are noticing right now. It does appear that there are several lanes that are closed at this time. This crash was reported just before we went to commercial break, as we saw when David was talking over that TransGuide shot. So you can see first responders are out there right now working to clear this up. There's a fire truck right there on the camera. But let's take a look at the traffic and see how it's impacting the drive time right now, because where we are seeing that is I-35 northbound there at Cesar Chavez Boulevard. Again, not spotting a slowdown just yet, but it's an area that we will have to watch closely. Let's get a wide look at the metro area. 603, it does appear we have a stall that popped up there near the north side of San Antonio at near 1604 at 281, but we're not really concerned about that. And also, let's take a look at those drive times. If your destination is San Antonio, right now we're still looking at a pleasant drive from Pleasanton, about a 28-minute drive time. 19 minutes if you're traveling in from 90 in those eastbound lanes, and your arrival from Lytle should be about 16 minutes there in those northbound lanes of 35. So not too worried about that. But again, the focus is going to be here, at least for right now. There are 35 at Cesar Chavez Boulevard. Again, a rollover crash that was reported earlier this morning. We'll give you those updates as the morning does go on. David?
Thank you, Stephen. We begin with developing news from the city's east side, where an early morning shooting sent one man to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. It all began around 3 o'clock this morning at an apartment complex on Rigsby, not far from South W.W. White Road. And that's where police say a man in his 30s heard a knock at his door. When he went to answer it, the person on his porch shot him in the chest and arms. The victim was rushed to the hospital, where he is currently in critical condition. While the suspect is still on the run, officers know who they are looking for. And they say the suspect is a neighbor at that apartment complex who might have had an ongoing feud with the victim.
Also new this morning, we are following another overnight shooting on the city's northwest side that sent a man to the hospital. This one happened at Hills and Dell's Ice House on White Fawn Drive near Babcock Road in Loop 1604. Police say a fight broke out in the bar and ended with one man shooting another man in the stomach. He is now in the hospital. His condition is not known at this time. We are told officers detained several people at the scene.
There's been a number of shootings across the country as well, and right now police in Michigan are looking for the person who shot and killed a 14-year-old boy in his apartment. Yesterday, witnesses say they saw people get out of a light-colored pickup truck before getting into an argument with the teen. They say one of the people from the truck shot the boy with a handgun. He was rushed to the hospital but did not survive. Investigators say the victim and suspect most likely knew each other.
In a Southern California church this weekend, a man opened fire, killing one person and wounding 5 others before worshipers detained him by hogtying his legs with an electrical cord until authorities got there. Officials did not immediately disclose a motive for that shooting at the Geneva Presbyterian Church in the city of Laguna Woods. Authorities described the gunman as an Asian man in his 60s who does not live in that community. One man said he had just stepped into the kitchen of his church's fellowship hall around when he heard the gunshots. He said he peeked around the corner and saw church members screaming, running, and ducking under tables.
And in Houston, authorities say 2 people were killed and 3 more taken to the hospital after a shooting at a flea market yesterday. The Harris County Sheriff says an argument led up to the shooting and it involved at least 5 people. He says no innocent bystanders were hurt. Thousands of people were shopping at the market 14 miles north of Houston's downtown when the shooting began. Ubaldi Romero's brother, Juan, was one of the people killed. She says she's still trying to make sense of it all.
This tragedy happened. I don't know why, but very live. Always makes everybody laugh, and he was very happy, joyful. So it just really hurts because he's my older brother, and I look up to him. So it's very hard.
The sheriff says 2 pistols were recovered from that scene.
And now to the most deadly of all these shootings over the weekend. The people of Buffalo, New York coming together after an 18-year-old opened fire inside a grocery store, killing 10 people.
This morning, that community is united in grief and hope. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
As tragedy grips another American community,
it's heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. It's broken.
Residents of Buffalo are taking emotional inventory of the grief and anguish they now bear. Michael Ray lives near the Tops grocery store where those 10 lives were taken in cold blood.
How is a kid going to get past this if they were in that Tops? How are people in this community going to be able to go back to that Tops? This is the first thing they're going to think of now.
Those killed weren't just victims, but friends, family, loved ones, and neighbors.
Right around the corner was one of the church we used to go to, and we know so many of the pastors in this community, and it just hurts why somebody would do that.
But from the despair, so too comes hope.
They want to bless us in spite of this situation.
With community leaders rallying together to provide support to anyone who may need it. Local organizations like the Buffalo Community Fridge and Buffalo Creek Academy are delivering food to people in the area who can't find rides to another grocery store. Uber and Lyft are giving free rides to other supermarkets, and Tops will shuttle customers to another location because alternative shopping options in the area are sparse.
Many of them don't have a means of transportation. They usually walk or take the bus. We know that right now that's a difficulty, that's an impossibility for many of them, so we're going to bridge that gap.
And mental health services and counseling are being offered, with some businesses pledging to help with funeral expenses. Even the Buffalo Bills are donating proceeds from a charity softball game to make an impact.
It feels like a big family that we all can pull together to get through a tragedy that just happened, and that we still neighborly.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And we are going to have more coverage on the tragic shooting in Buffalo. Our sister station KPRC in Houston has sent a crew to the scene.
They'll be telling us about some of the people who lost their lives at that grocery store. That's coming up at 6:30.
And back here, closer to home, a boil water note is still in effect for the town of Lacoste. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality says all Lacoste public water customers need to boil their water prior to consumption. This is due to reduced distribution system pressure and water outage. The notice includes water used for washing your hands and face, brushing your teeth, drinking, cooking, and even being frozen for ice. The water should be brought to a vigorous boil and then boiled for 2 minutes. It is to remain in effect till the public Lacoste public water system says otherwise.
Car buyers starting to see a break in prices for used cars, at least a little bit. The average price for a used car in April basically flat compared to December, according to Edmunds. That's after used car prices jumped 45% over the course of the pandemic.
Walmart now says it is facing a shortage of store managers. A longtime human resources executive at the company now says the talent pool for store managers is running short, even for a position where salaries can top $200,000 a year.
It is now 6:10 and 73 degrees.
And we have much more to come on Good Morning San Antonio, including the details in a murder case that happened just a couple of weeks ago. Police are asking for your help to solve it.
And cleanup underway after an aggressive house fire on the city's northwest side. We've got the latest for you.
And just ahead on GMSA, we'll tell you how San Antonio firefighters adjust their attack plans in response to these unseasonably high temperatures that we've been seeing.
And outside with live cam, we're starting off decent. Some clouds. The sun's going to come up. It's going to get drier this afternoon, but that means it's going to get a little hotter too. So just get ready. It's May. What'd you expect? Welcome back. It is 14 minutes after 6 o'clock. First responders are expected to do their job no matter the weather conditions.
And Joe Arrington with the San Antonio Fire Department says the number of fire crews responding to any fire is increased on hotter days. That's as part of a strategy to rotate firefighters faster and rehab them longer.
Arrington says on average they rotate every 30 minutes, and on hot days that's knocked down to about 15 minutes.
Whether those are medical runs, whether we're having to do hydrant inspections, whatever it is, you're out and you're in the elements, you're in the heat and the humidity, and then a fire comes in and you've never really gotten that chance to completely cool off.
This year, we have been getting hotter days sooner than normal, meaning the increased responses will be going on longer.
Glance at TransGuide just a second ago, and it's a mess out there somewhere.
Yes,
I don't know exactly where it is, but that's why he's here.
I-35. Yeah. There you go, Stephen.
You know, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. 35 at Cesar Chavez. Let's go ahead and get a wide look at TransGuide, get a look at the conditions out there. We are seeing some first responders, and it does appear that we have a towing truck out there. Earlier, we were told that this was a rollover that was picked up off of I-35 and those northbound lanes reported by the San Antonio Fire Department. Now we're seeing that reported by TxDOT in the southbound lanes of 35. So is that impacting traffic? Doesn't look like it just yet. 35 southbound at Cesar Chavez Boulevard is where that crash is now being reported. We are not seeing a slowdown in that area, but as always, make sure you stay alert. Let's get a wide look right now. Metro area 615. Things are looking just fine as we're inching closer to that morning rush hour, but always make sure that you plan ahead. We have a look at your commute right now. I-35 over on the central side of San Antonio. We are going to be seeing some drilling work and geotechnical work that's actually going to be taking place today. Now keep in mind, drivers, that is current up until Friday, May 20th. So this is during that work week. We're going to be seeing that from 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. That's when you can expect the single lane closure on the northbound frontage road from Pat Booker Road to the Forum Parkway. Again, over on the northeast side of San Antonio. So make sure to grab those phones right now. Grab your camera app and open that up and scan that QR code. That's going to take you directly to the KSAT traffic page. And of course, that will have an updated list of the closures taking place in your area and anything else that could impact that drive time. Guys?
Very good. Thank you, Stephen. And Sarah, I guess for kids, definitely no hoodie today.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. In fact, sunscreen, shades, short sleeves, and shorts if you can swing it, because it is hot outside. It's going to be hot outside. And, you know, yesterday we broke a high. Saturday we tied the high temperature, and today we're likely to break a high temperature as well. Here's a look outside right now. We're looking east. You can see the first light of the day there, as well as some clouds off to the east. Here's what you need to know. Hot today. Afternoon temperatures will be near 100. We're not only going to see record challenging heat today, but also for most of the week. Now, other than today, most of the week is going to be windy with gusts of up to 30 miles per hour. There is, however, some possible heat relief by the end of the weekend to talk about. So let's get down to it. Here's a look at the satellite temperatures. You can see east of 281, we've got some cloud cover early this morning. 75 in Del Rio, 68 in Uvalde, 72 in Kerrville, 73 in New Braunfels, 73 in Pleasanton. Closer view of the metro area, 73 in San Antonio, 72 in Bulverde, 74 in Canyon Lake, 73 in Castroville, 70 in Hondo, 70 in Bandera, and 70 in Bernie. Today we are going to see those skies clear, those clouds that are out there right now. By the afternoon, we're going to have sunny skies, and look how hot it's going to be. Our average high temperature this time of year is 87. We're going to be at 99, forecasting 99 in San Antonio. That'll beat the record by 2 degrees. Elsewhere, other areas will touch 100, like Port SA, Castroville, Hondo, Uvalde, 102 in Uvalde, 100 in Poteet, 101 in Pleasanton, up in Comfort, 98 degrees, not comfortable at all in Comfort, 97 in Canyon Lake, and 98 in New Braunfels. It is humid out there right now. It's very muggy to start the day, no doubt about it. Dew points are in the upper 60s, near 70 degrees. But watch what happens today. We see those dew points come down during the hottest part of the day. That is good news, because we do not want a heat index value today, and it doesn't look like we're going to get it in the afternoon hours. So that is some good news for us. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. Seeing some clouds through about 10, 11 a.m. And then as we head into the midday hours, lunch hour, we'll be looking at temperatures really climbing. So around lunch, it's going to be close to 90 degrees. We'll have south winds today, not too breezy. 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then right at 4 or 5 p.m., that's when we're going to hit our peak high of the day, 99 degrees for the high temperature forecasting in San Antonio. There's that rain that's fallen apart across East Texas that brought us some of that cloud cover. Ridge of high pressure firmly in place over Texas. Big blue bully creating sinking air and keeping things hot for us, not only today, but for most of the week. Then by the end of the week, we'll see some cooler air sink in from Canada. And this is going to bring us, I think, some relief from the unseasonably hot temperatures by Sunday. By Sunday, we'll see our highs fall into the 80s rather than in the 90s. And it could even bring a little bit of rain as well. Looking at that forecast rainfall, doesn't look great as far as widespread coverage goes, about 20 to 30% over the weekend. We'll continue to update that forecast, but what you need to know for the immediate future is that we're going to have record challenging heat today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and even possibly Friday. It's going to be windy after today with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Hey, if you ended up going to bed a little bit early and didn't see the total lunar eclipse, I've got some pictures of that sent in by you, our viewers. So stick around for those pictures and your bus stop forecast in a bit. David, Stephanie?
Yeah, those pictures are pretty good, too.
We appreciate them because we were all asleep at that hour.
We were.
6:20, 73 degrees.
And then just ahead on GMSA, were you watching the NBA playoffs yesterday? Well, if not, you missed a pair of elimination games. After the break, we're going to take a look at the final 4 teams remaining.
I started screening for colon cancer because of my late husband, Jay. I wish he could have seen our daughter, Ellie, get married on the best day of her life. But colon cancer took him from us, like it's taken so many others. That's why I've made it my mission to talk about getting screened and ask people to share their reasons why.
I screen for my growing family. Being with them means everything to me.
I screen for my girls. They're always surprising me.
I screen for my son. I'm his biggest fan.
If you're 45 or older and at average risk, it's time to screen. Today, there are more screening options than ever before, including Cologuard.
Cologuard is non-invasive and finds 92% of colon cancers, even in early stages. It's not for those at high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider if Cologuard is right for you.
Everyone has a reason to screen for colon cancer. If you're 45 or older, get started at missiontoscreen.com.
We are down to the final 4 teams in the NBA following a pair of Game 7s yesterday, one in the East and one in the West. Starting with the one in the West, the Dallas Mavericks are on the road taking on the defending Western Conference champion Phoenix Suns. Luka Doncic scored 35 for Dallas. He helped lift his squad over the Suns. Mavs win this one. It's kind of an upset, and it wasn't even close. The final from Phoenix was 123-90. So up next, Dallas will go on to face the high-powered Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals game. Starts Wednesday night. Tip-off set for 8 o'clock San Antonio time. And meanwhile, over in the Eastern Conference, Game 7 between the defending NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics tipped off yesterday afternoon. This one, pretty much a blowout as well. Boston gets the win, knocking off the defending champs with the final score of 109. Grant Williams led the way for the Celtics with 27 points. Jason Tatum had 23. So now the stage is set for the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics will be taking on the Heat. 7:30 tip-off tomorrow night for Game 1 in Miami. The winner of the series will represent the East in the finals. And I know you're sad because your favorite player, at least a favorite name to pronounce, is no longer there. So what are you going to do?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm a fan. Of course, I'm a Spurs fan first,
well, yeah,
but he's a cool guy.
I think you just ought to say it every now and then, just
to bring him back.
Just to bring him back.
All right, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
There you go. 625, 72 degrees.
And overnight, 2 people shot after an argument turns violent on the city's west side. We're going to tell you what we know so far.
And on the east side, a man shot in the chest by someone on his front porch. More coming up in our next half hour of Good Morning San Antonio.
And a quick check of the roads of TransGuide. There's a look there at the problems we were seeing earlier at I-35 and Cesar Chavez. We will be checking back in with Stephen Cavazos very shortly.
San Antonio police say an East Side man opened the door to trouble. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. They say someone who knocked on his door shot him. I'll tell you more about it.
And we are taking a look at the largest career field in the U.S. Air Force and what the training for the job looks like.
And outside with live cam, we've had this discussion earlier this morning. Records were made to be broken.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say in sports. I don't know if they say that in weather, but they say it in sports. But we're about to at least nudge up to a couple of records this week, I think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Good morning. Happy Monday. It is May 16th. Hope you had a nice weekend, and I hope you found some ways to stay cool. I know we'll have to do that once again.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Like you said, records were made to be broken, but I don't like that these records are being broken, David, because it is going to be another day where we are going to be close to breaking the record, likely to break the record here in San Antonio for the high temperature. Outside right now, we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds. It's 73 degrees. It's mild at the moment, but definitely humid. East winds at about 10 miles per hour. Elsewhere, we've got 73 in New Braunfels, 73 in Seguin, 73 Port SA, 70 in Bandera, 71 in Kerrville, 73 in Pleasanton. Here's your bus stop forecast for San Antonio. Dropping the kids off near 70 degrees, muggy and mild, but look at the pickup temperatures. In the afternoon, it's going to be close to 100 degrees. You're going to need to crank up that AC. It's going to be sunny and hot with south-southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Find a way to stay cool today anywhere across south central Texas. It'll be 101 in Pleasanton, 98 in New Braunfels, 99 in Kerrville, 101 in Hondo. Out west, 105 in Del Rio and Cotulla and Laredo. Very hot today. Coming up, I'll show you a neighborhood view of forecast highs for your neighborhood. And I've got to look ahead to the potential for some kind of relief, as well as photos from last night's lunar eclipse. So we know it's going to be hot. We know we're going to be cranking up the AC. But will we be stuck in traffic this morning? Let's take a look with Stephen Cavazos. Stephen, how are things looking out there?
Good morning, Sarah. Well, thankfully, we're not going to see anyone stuck in traffic just yet. Things look to be moving just fine there. Let's take a drive around town, 37 at Houston. You can see right now we are in some good luck here because 37 there at Indian Hills, we're not really seeing a whole lot of activity out on the roadways. But keep in mind, the issues are starting to pop up as the morning is going on. So let's see what we are spotting as of this moment. Taking you right to the map, we still have that crash off of I-35 southbound there at Cesar Chavez Boulevard. We told you about this a little bit earlier in the morning, but it does look like we are seeing some progress based on these TransGuide cameras. Did see a towing truck out there, so hopefully this will be wrapping up pretty soon. But elsewhere around town, slowdowns, no, we're not really seeing that right now. We're just seeing a lot of green on the screen, and that is what we are seeing if you are traveling into the Alamo City. Just about green across the board, but again, that usual slowdown if you are heading in from 281 southbound there from Bulverde. We're looking at a 29-minute drive time, but that is due to that construction that always seems to be causing drivers a little bit of a delay there, but thankfully not looking red just yet. One last drive around town. There's 35 at Schertz Parkway. It does appear we have a stalled vehicle out in that direction. We'll find out how that's impacting the drive time, but for now, things look just fine. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. San Antonio police say two men who live in the same apartment complex are in very different places now. They say one is in the hospital being treated for a gunshot wound while the other is on the run. Police believe one man shot the other overnight in the 2900 block of Rigsby Avenue.
Katrina Weber has a live report from Public Safety Headquarters. And Katrina, have they mentioned the reason for the shooting?
Well, according to officers at the scene, these two men had an ongoing dispute, and it appears it may have boiled over very early this morning. And witnesses told police that the victim was shot the minute he answered a knock on his door. They identified a neighbor as the shooter. And that man already was gone when police arrived at the Oak Meadow Villas around 3 this morning. The victim, who's in his 30s, was rushed to a hospital with gunshot wounds in his chest and both arms. Police told us at that time he was in critical condition, but now say he's stable. They did search the area near Rigsby and South W.W. White for that suspect, but did not find him. Officers told us there were other people inside the apartment with the victim when he was shot, including children, but they say no one else was hurt. Reporting live at Public Safety Headquarters, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Also new this morning, San Antonio police say a fight led to a double shooting on the city's west side last night and happened just before 10 in the 4000 block of Cheryl Brook Road. That is just south of Bandera Road. SAPD says the argument started in the parking lot of an apartment complex. During the fight, a man ran up and started firing shots into the air. Police say that man also ended up shooting two other men. One person was grazed in the head, the other hit in the shoulder and torso. Officers say the suspect may have gotten away in a blue car that drove away from the scene. The victims were taken to the hospital in a stable condition.
And San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers are asking for your help to solve a murder case that happened less than 2 weeks ago. Investigators say 29-year-old Andrew Jacob Ronhelb died on May 4th after he was shot while driving along I-35 in Benz-Engelman. So this is a photo of the vehicle believed to be connected to the shooting. It's a silver Buick LeSabre. They say someone inside that car fired shots at Ronhelb's Honda Civic and striking him and causing him to crash. He died at the scene. If you have any information that can help, you are asked to call the number on your screen right now, 210-224-STOP.
6 people displaced this morning following a house fire on the city's northwest side last night. Crews say all of them are lucky to have made it out okay because of how aggressive the fire was. It started around 6 last night at a home on Kenton Harbor, not far from Gus Eckert and Fredericksburg Road. Firefighters say they had some trouble putting the flames out, but all 6 people did manage to get out on their own. Several small dogs were also saved. It's still unclear what sparked the flames.
And in national news, we go back now to the tragedy in Buffalo, New York. An 18-year-old gunman walking into a grocery store on a Saturday afternoon and starting to kill people.
Officials are investigating the act as a racially motivated hate crime. Our sister station KPRC in Houston sent a crew to Buffalo. Brandon Walker tells us about some of the people who lost their lives in that grocery store tragedy.
Good morning from the northeast part of Buffalo, where the FBI continues to process evidence here inside the Tops Friendly Market. This as we begin to learn more about the 10 people who lost their lives. Here's a look at a few of them. You didn't have to know Pearl Young to know women just like her. She was the kind of hero you're likely to find in communities all across the country. Loved ones on social media remembering the 77-year-old Sunday as the neighborhood mom, the sweetest person. They say Pearl opened her heart and home to those who needed a hot meal, encouragement, kindness. In fact, for decades, she ran a food pantry in Buffalo. Those grieving are honoring her as the most beautiful soul who loved her church, God, and family. Pearl Young was the wife of a pastor, a mom, a beloved grandma, and auntie. Her family saying Sunday, Pearl and others, gone much too soon in this tragedy, will never be forgotten.
She was just so beautifully inside and out, because good always overshadowed evil. And to the people in the Buffalo community, we extend our condolences to all of the families that lost their loved ones.
Buffalo's mayor Sunday confirmed 86-year-old Ruth Whitfield is the mother of the city's retired fire commissioner. Local media report Whitfield was the mother of 4. We also learned Sunday Aaron Salter was a veteran of the city's police force. Salter worked as a security guard, protecting customers from Gentron's bullets, losing his life doing so. Community members coming and going throughout the day Sunday say that they are heartbroken, they're angry over the fact that their community members were stolen from them, and they're demanding justice. In Buffalo, I'm Brandon Walker, KPRC 2 News.
And as we learn more about the suspected Buffalo shooter, a mental health professional says this points to the need for a mental health movement across this country. For years, Dr. Keely Petty was working with San Antonio, teaching about mental health, especially for young people like the Buffalo shooter in the schools and in churches. We've learned the 18-year-old shooter made a, quote, generalized threat against his high school in June of 2021 and was brought in for a mental health evaluation. Petty says, in her opinion, how we come out of this tragedy is key for our society.
When we wrap our arms around mental health, we're wrapping our arms around humanity. And we're saying it doesn't matter from which walk of life you come from.
Petty says organizations she works with, like West Care of Texas and Bethel Prevention Coalition, are actively trying to do just that in our own communities, so acts of violence like we saw in New York might be prevented.
Some other top stories we're following this morning. Authorities in China say most of Shanghai has stopped the spread of the coronavirus in the community and fewer than 1 million people remain under strict lockdown. China's largest city is moving toward reopening as economic data showed the gloomy impact of China's zero COVID policy. Supermarkets, malls, and restaurants were allowed to reopen today with limits on the number of people and mandated no contact transactions. However, restrictions on movement remain in place and the subway train remains closed for now.
And we've got a reminder for you this morning. The polls are open. They'll open later on, about 7 o'clock. If you didn't get a chance to vote in the March primary election, today will be a chance for you. This runoff election will decide races that did not have a majority winner during the March 1 primary. If you have questions about how, when, and where to vote and where to go to find those answers, we've got them for you on our website. Just head over to KSAT.com.
In this morning's GMA First Look, more on the baby formula crisis. The shortage is expected to last for months, and now Congress is vowing to do something about it. That's coming up at 7 a.m. right here on KSAT 12. And just ahead on GMSA, we are taking a look at the largest career field in the U.S., Air Force, and what the training for the job looks like.
If you visited a military base lately, you've probably seen people checking IDs and conducting vehicle inspections at various entry points.
We are talking about military police, which is actually the U.S. Air Force's largest career field.
Our Jonathan Cotto takes us behind the highly secured gates of Joint Base San Antonio Lackland and shows us what some of the training is for security forces.
Every job in the United States Air Force has a mission, but the responsibility of defending and protecting everything and everyone inside an Air Force installation lies on those who serve as part of the Air Force's largest career field, security forces.
What we always tell the airmen is that nobody else on base can do their job without us, all the way down to the gate. If they can't check an identification properly and ensure the base security, then my individuals working at the medical facility cannot do their job. My individuals working at MPF cannot do their job without us. So we are the first base support.
A military police's foundation is established here, learning everything from career field history to weapons training.
So the journey is about 65 days long. It starts with them arriving out of BMT, out of here at Lackland Air Force Base.
Ma'am, what seems to be the problem?
The courses gradually intensifying, taking their training from an interactive environment.
Drop the weapon! Drop it!
To out in the field, simulating real-world scenarios.
You need to calm down. Sir, drop your weapon.
They're out here. We give them a little bit of stress inoculation to kind of get their heart rate going, their adrenaline pumping, kind of simulated to what they're going to experience in a real-life scenario. And we get them in the houses with those real-time reflexive responses so they can react accordingly.
But the training doesn't end here.
And then after that, they'll move into their field training up at Camp Bullis, just north of San Antonio.
There are over 300,000 airmen in the United States Air Force. 40,000 of those are security forces. The schoolhouses here at Lackland graduate 5,400 airmen each year. Reporting Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Time now, 6:45. Let's go ahead and check back with Stephen Cavazos.
Looks like we're seeing some progress in certain areas around town. Thank you, Seth. Let's get a look at that drive and wide look at TransGuide. There was 35 at Schertz Parkway. We did see a stalled vehicle out in that direction. Did appear that was in the northbound lanes, but elsewhere things are looking just fine as we are inching closer to that morning rush. And we know things will get busy pretty quickly here, but thankfully no need to rush out the door. But be on alert because we did have this crash here off of 35 South Bend to Cesar Chavez Boulevard. We are seeing a little bit of a slowdown in that direction, but nothing too big major right now that's going to cause any delays. So it's an area we have to watch closely. Let's get that wide look at the map. As you can see, things look just fine, but it does appear a crash may have popped up there near off of 35. So we'll find out how that's impacting your drive time, but it doesn't look too bad just yet. Also, plan ahead because as a quick reminder, 35, this should stay on the northeast side of San Antonio. There will be some geotechnical and drilling work that does start actually today and we'll wrap around Friday, May 20th. Keep in mind drivers, that is 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Don't forget, that's when you can expect that single lane closure on the northbound frontage road from Pack Booker Road to the Forum Parkway. Pardon me. Again, one last look around town. Things look just fine, but is the weather going to be just fine? Let's check in with Sarah Spivey.
It'll be hot, but other than that, just fine. You know, we got some really cool pictures into our KSAT Connect feature from our weather app, from our viewers, of last night's lunar eclipse. Take a look at this total lunar eclipse here taken by Skywatcher. Thank you, Skywatcher. Always sends us awesome pictures of the sky. You can see the stars there behind the moon too. So very cool picture there. We had totality from about 10:30 p.m. all the way till near midnight. I was asleep, so it's nice to see those pictures there. Hey, partly cloudy skies as we start our Monday, 73 degrees, and there's definitely some humidity out there. Dew points are close to 70 degrees, so it is humid, but the humidity will at least ease up during the hottest part of the day today, so that's some good news too. Here's a look at temperatures around south central Texas. 70 in Hondo, 73 in Pleasanton, 73 New Braunfels, 70 in Kerrville, 70 in Rock Springs. It's 75 in Del Rio this morning. And although we do have a few clouds out there, we are going to, much like the last few days, see plenty of sunshine, and it is going to get very hot. This is a look at the forecast highs for this afternoon. Our average high temperature, 87. We're going to be some 10 to 15 degrees warmer than that. 99 for the forecast high in San Antonio. Here's the deal. That's going to beat a record for the day. So we are going to be record hot today. 100 degrees in Port SA, 100 in Castroville, 101 in Hondo, 101 out in Los Maples area, 99 in Kerrville, 99 in Floresville, 101 in Pleasanton. As I mentioned, it is humid out there right now. Those dew points are near 70 degrees, but watch what happens as we head into the afternoon. Those dew points come down, so at least we won't have to deal with the heat index value when it's the hottest part of the day today. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. Having some clouds through the mid-morning hours. Temperatures will be in the 70s this morning as you're taking your morning commute, dropping the kids off, those kinds of things. It's going to be pretty mild. Then right around lunch, it's going to get very hot. Temperatures are going to climb into the 90s around lunch. South winds today, 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then the hottest part of the day, 4 or 5 p.m., right around the time of the evening commute, needing to crank up that AC because we're going to have temperatures close to 100. South-southeast winds at about 10 miles per hour around the time of the evening commute and around dinner. All right, we had a complex of thunderstorms across East Texas that really has fallen apart, but it's left a few clouds around San Antonio. That's why we have the clouds this morning, but those clouds are going to dissipate. Ridge of high pressure building over West Texas, sending all of the rain up and over a good portion of Texas and making things hot today. We're going to continue to see it be hot not only today, but through the week. The work week this week is going to be hot. We're going to challenge records every day, not only today, but also tomorrow. We'll be close to a record on Wednesday and close to a record on Friday. When could we see some relief? It's possible to see a little relief in the shade this week because of wind gusts of up to about 30 miles per hour. But really, as far as temperatures go, it's going to stay hot all week and into the weekend. By Sunday, a front is going to move through, and that could help to lower our high temperatures back into the 80s, which is seasonable this time of year. It could also bring a spotty shower or thunderstorm. We'll be able to refine that forecast. Hopefully, we'll be able to see those numbers go up as far as rainfall potential goes. But other than that, the heat is on this week. May sizzle continues, and we'll likely drop a couple more records there by the time the week is done, guys. So find a way to stay cool. You know, I'll be in the shade and in the AC as much as possible, David and Stephanie.
That's a good idea, Sarah. I like that. The heat is on.
The heat is on.
650, 72 degrees.
And there are many common signs of a stroke. However, what about the symptoms that aren't so obvious? Tomorrow on GMSA, we're going to tell you about the silent signs of a stroke that you should be looking out for.
Outside with Lackey, who did the song The Heat Is On?
Not Don Henley. No.
Glenn Fry?
Is it
Glenn Fry?
Got it. Hey!
Oh, good. Woo for you, Sarah. Don Henley.
Cranking out the hits on a Monday. We'll be right back.
San Antonio police are keeping a close eye on an East Side apartment complex, the scene of a shooting overnight. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. They say they're watching that complex in case the suspect returns. Now, they say that this suspect and the victim in that shooting live in the same apartment complex. This was in the 2900 block of Rigsby Avenue. Witnesses told police the two men who were neighbors had an ongoing dispute. They say someone shot the victim immediately when he answered a knock on his door around 3 this morning, and police believe his neighbor was the shooter. That man already was gone when officers arrived. They searched the area for him but did not find him. The police say that victim was taken to a hospital with gunshot wounds in his chest and both arms, and he is stable now. They say other people were in the apartment with him, but no one else was hurt. Reporting from Public Safety Headquarters, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Coming up later this morning on GMSA at 9, an update on a city program aimed at getting affordable fresh produce to areas where it's hard to find healthy options.
Tiffany Huertas is going to check in with one of the stores involved in the program to see how it's impacting residents. And we're also going to break down some of the key races in the runoff election since early voting begins today.
Once again, that's a GMSA at 9.
Go ahead and check back with Steven Cavazos.
Things seem to be moving just fine. Thank you, David and Steph. Let's go ahead and get that last look at TransGuide. Wide look does so traffic is moving. Not any problems to report just yet. But as you see on the map, we are starting to see that slowdown coming in from Castroville in those eastbound lanes. So just drive carefully. Travel times look okay as well. But 30 minutes if you're traveling in 281 southbound from Bulverde. Let's check in with Sarah Spivey.
Thanks, and you're going to want the sunscreen, the shades, everything, because look at these temperatures. We're going to be climbing up to 99 degrees. This afternoon, south-southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're likely going to break that record set back in 2013 of 97. Likely going to break a record tomorrow, too. Now, the winds will kick in tomorrow. We'll see gusts of up to 30 miles per hour, but the heat will continue. We'll be near 100 degrees just about every day. Some relief in the forecast there. Yeah, if you squint, you can see it. Sunday looks like we're going to be seeing temperatures dropping back down into the 80s. Small chance for rain.
We look forward to that Sunday in the 80s again. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you back here at 9.
GMA is next. Have a great Monday.